Thanks for tuning in. Today I want to do one of the first favorites video that I've ever done, calling this quarantine favorites because they are a lot of things that I've been using in the past couple of months where I have been spending a lot more time at home and also been adjusting to a new normal, if you will, for how we go about our daily errands or tasks, things like that. So I have 10 items that I want to share today as part of my quarantine favorites. First and foremost would definitely have to be these flowers right here. The world has been quite a crazy place the past few months. I am happy that it is peony season. I have this beautiful bouquet of peonies to really brighten up the inside of my home. This is really my favorite time of the year and definitely my favorite flower to get, so I try not to miss out on that. Like April, May is the best time to get peonies, so I am happy to have those in my home. These particular ones are from Bouqs. I have used Bouqs a lot over the past several years. That's primarily what I use to send flowers to like my mom and people that I love, so I would definitely recommend them. They send their flowers really quickly in tight buds so that they have a little bit more time in your home. I got these yesterday and they've already bloomed a lot more than they initially came as, but I look forward to having them in my home for at least a week to be able to really just brighten up the mood inside. My next favorites would definitely have to be comfy pants. I've been working from home and spending a lot more time at home, so comfort has definitely been key. To be honest, the first couple of weeks staying at home, I did really let go. I pretty much bummed out in whatever outfit I could find, and it was pretty much the same t-shirt and like comfy shorts the entire week. And I went through that for a couple of weeks and I really found myself not feeling that great. I get really bummed out and my energy levels were really low. So I decided I needed to still dress myself because I get a lot of joy, putting outfits together, that I would still dress myself but still keep it comfy. So all my comfy pants have been on rotation the past several weeks, and there are a few that I wanted to highlight. I've also put them in outfits so that you can see what they look like on me, and a lot of these items are older pieces, so you may not be able to find the same exact ones, but hopefully this gives you ideas on the kinds of silhouettes or patterns that you might want to be on the lookout for. So the first item that really started to shine again from my closet are these pair of Marimekko pants. These were from the Marimekko and Target collaboration that happened, I want to say a couple years ago now, and they had just been sitting in my drawer for a really long time, honestly. I wore them as soon as I got them, and then I've just kept them around because I'm always like, oh, these are like cute-ish comfy pants, but they've definitely been shining this whole quarantine season because I've been wearing them a lot at home, and they're really easy to style just with a t-shirt and like a long cardigan. I feel like it's like a stylish comfy outfit. It looks like you are definitely been around the house, but you can go outside in it if you needed to. So that's definitely an outfit that I've been rocking a lot at home. Another pair of comfy pants are these yellow striped ones from Faithful the brand. These have like a wonderful overlay on the legs, so it's like a little petal detail, if you will. When the wind blows, it will go it will like show a lot of your leg, and I like that detail about it. But these are also really comfy pants to wear around the house, like no fuss, but they still feel elevated. Like they don't feel like you're just wearing the same pair of leggings or wearing a pair of sweatpants. They have the same level of comfort, but they add a little bit more color and they add some additional style elements, and so it helps me feel more put together and like ready to take on the day. The weather has also been getting a lot warmer, so I've also busted out my biker shorts. The biker shorts that I have are from Aritzia. They're the TNA brand. They make biker shorts in different lengths, which I really like because it's helpful to then be able to tailor the length. It will help elevate your proportions appropriately. They are very comfy. They're really easy to style. It makes every outfit look very effortless because it's like you wore them with leggings, but they're still shorter than that. You see a little bit more of your legs. And so they're definitely comfortable and have been on heavy rotation during this quarantine season. Another favorite I want to mention are comfortable dresses. I've been wearing a lot of dresses. You may have seen them in some of my videos as well, like this Marimekko floral dress and like this Whistles denim dress. But the one I also wanted to highlight today is this one from Zara. I actually picked this up last year. So the same exact style is not available on Zara, but I did find one that's very, very similar. It's pretty much the same silhouette, but it has a different pattern. So I will link that down below in the description so you can check out if you're interested. I feel like this is great bang for your buck. It's a full outfit. It has pockets. It's very flowy and comfortable. It's very flattering on the body, I think. So this has also been in heavy rotation. This I also like to wear like if I have to quickly run out for an errand, because I feel like it makes me look very put together without much effort. My next favorite is my Saint Laurent teddy jacket. I am very grateful that I picked this up right before all of this craziness happened, and it's been great for this transitional weather. You've seen it earlier paired with the Aritzia biker shorts. I like to wear it like that in a very like all black sleek outfit, but it's also just great to throw on top of anything and everything. It looks great on top of a dress. It looks great on top of like a jeans and t-shirt look. So it is a very, very versatile piece that I think is great for the colder weather. May has been kind of crazy. We haven't been that many days into May, I have to say. It's only been a couple weeks, but we went from lots of rain to sunshine and warmth to snow to back to some warmth. So the teddy jacket has definitely been great for navigating all of that crazy weather and still looking pretty stylish and, you know, put together. The next item has to be this Fendi Pochette. I recently did a what's in my bag and first impressions as well as like a follow-up for this item. I picked this up earlier this year, and I have to say it's been really handy recently for grocery shopping and quick errands, because these days I try to like minimize the amount of time I spend outside. I have found this to be really helpful in just carrying my essentials, and then I can pop out and pop back in, and this is just very close to my body with no fuss. Sometimes I'm wearing it and I like forget that I'm wearing it as well. That's how comfortable it is against the body. It doesn't, you know, stick out a lot, and it's not like dangling really far down on your body where like when you move you feel it. It's very close to your body and it kind of hugs right under. So I really like that about this. Another bag favorite is actually this Bao Bao by Miyaki Prism Tote. I picked this up, I want to say a couple years ago. Yeah, a couple years ago when I went to Korea and Japan. I picked this up from Japan. After I purchased it, I honestly didn't use this tote a lot. I only used it a handful of times when I was going out for errands and I knew I needed to carry some more stuff. So for example, like I'm headed over to the post office, so I wanted to stick all of the items, you know, that I needed at the post office in here, things like that. But recently I've been gravitating towards this tote a lot for when I'm going out, but I need to carry more things with me. So these days it's helpful to have like hand sanitizer and wipes and all of those extra things on you just in case you need them when you're out. Sometimes, you know, people want to carry gloves and things like that. So I am finding a need to use a slightly larger bag for more everyday activities. And so that's where this has been coming in very handy. And you can see like it's called the Prism Tote because it will kind of fold into like whatever shape it needs to be. So it can be very, very thin and compact, and then it can kind of bubble out to carry all of the things that you need in it. So it has really great capacity, and I appreciate that about this. So this is actually getting a lot more love this quarantine season, and I'm curious to see how my bag preferences change in the future, given we are likely going to be carrying more things with us. I typically carry smaller bags. I'm curious to see if I feel like they are still sufficient to use as everyday bags, or if I'm gonna have to, you know, make sure I have bigger bags in my collection so I can carry everything that I need. And anyway, these kinds of totes are definitely coming in very handy. think I'm going to finish the fashion favorites first and then move on to some of the other items. But definitely, given the world that we live in right now, I find myself wearing hats a lot more frequently. Part of it is because I can't be bothered to style my hair every single day, nor am I going to style it just to go to the grocery store. So a hat comes in very handy then. And secondly, I have not worn contacts since all of this has begun. I have bi-weekly contacts and I didn't feel like it was worth opening up a new pack if I wasn't really going to be wearing them for 2 weeks. So I'm wearing my glasses a lot more, and I was mentioning how the weather has been crazy and sometimes it's raining a lot. Like, I need to wear a hat so that I can protect my glasses from the rain. I am that person who will carry an umbrella when it's not raining a lot, and part of me doesn't like to get rained on in general, but also if I'm wearing glasses, I can't see. Like, if once it starts dripping on here, I can't see in front of me, right? So that's why I'm that person who will always be using an umbrella regardless of how little it's raining outside. So that's why I've been wearing hats a lot more. And these are the ones that I have been wearing the most. I have this Stone Island hat. It is just a black hat. It's made out of like that athletic material, if that makes sense. And I purchased this, I think I bought this sometime in 2018, I want to say. And I liked it just because it was solid black and there wasn't anything crazy going on. And it's come in really, really, really handy. I styled it earlier with my biker shorts and the Saint Laurent teddy jacket, and that's typically how I would wear it. And in addition, I like to wear this ABC hat. This is actually my boyfriend's hat, but I steal it from him sometimes, and I like it for the pop of color. And lastly, there's also this bucket hat. This is from that Swedish brand Fjallraven. I think that's how you say the name. So it's a bucket hat from there, and sometimes I feel like when I wear this, I look like I'm about to go fishing, but it does the job, which is to hide my hair and protect my glasses. So I've been wearing this a lot as well. So it's just a nice lightweight hat, and I like that it has a different shape from the standard cap, because otherwise I'll feel like I'm just wearing caps all day, every day. So I like this as well. I typically like to wear beanies as well, but in the spring and summer, I usually find it a little too hot for me to wear beanies all day. That's why I gravitate towards caps or bucket hats that are a little more lightweight. All right, now I'm moving on to some real quarantine necessities, and those would be masks. Masks have emerged as something that could be very helpful in protecting yourself and protecting others. And so I have also been into making some of my own masks because I'm trying to find a style that works best for the fact that I wear glasses and that I have a hard time breathing when something is really close to and covering my nose and mouth. I'm trying to make a style where it will help cover but still give me some space to breathe. I hope that makes sense. So I'm in the process of figuring that out. But on the meantime, I've also gotten a couple of masks as well, and one of them looks like this. I'm curious as to how people feel about, designer masks, if you will. Like, this is not necessarily a mask that LV has produced and sold, but this is actually by Reworks by Jay. That's his Instagram handle, and he takes really old LV pieces and recreates new items from them. So they might be like AirPod covers or lighter covers or things like that. So he'll take genuine pieces and upcycle, if you will, to something new. That's his whole, he's very talented in doing that. So that's really what he focuses on. When all of this started to unfold, he started to take LV beach towels and make them into masks. So that's actually what this is right here. And there is a slip in the back where you can add a filter if you want to add a N95 filtering piece. You don't have to have that piece, you can still wear it without it. So my boyfriend had been following this person, so he found these masks and he got one for me as a little surprise. And so I've been wearing this a lot as well. But I'm curious to see if you you know, are inclined to get these kinds of masks where you would want it to be part of your, you know, like fashion accessory and your style and things like that, whether you would use this canvas, if you will, to also express your style, or if you would much rather leave that to be part of the rest of your outfit and you know, just want to wear more just purely functional masks. Just let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. I'd love to, you know, get your perspective as well. But in addition to this mask, I've also been wearing this one. I think I've also shared this on Instagram, but this is actually called a face glove. It is from the folks who run a very lovely gallery and shop in New York City that's called Maison 10. In collaboration with LaGrazia, she makes handmade gloves here in New York City, and so they collaborated together to make these neoprene style face gloves. And these actually fit very, very comfortably. I was mentioning how I have a hard time breathing if I have something like really close to my nose and mouth, but this style is working really well, and it's very comfortable to wear for prolonged periods of time. And they also have a very minimal but adorable design right here. And they have 2 different styles, so you can definitely check it out if you are interested. A portion of all of these sales go towards City Harvest as well, which is a charity here in New York City. But this is another mask that I have been wearing a lot, and I expect masks to be a necessary accessory for the immediate future. So now I want to share some home essentials and things that have really been brightening up my time at home. The first item is this soap. I shared this soap in my recent haul, and right after that video I actually started using it, and I just about died at how much I love this soap. I had no idea that I would have this kind of feelings towards a soap, but this soap is truly my favorite. It has risen to the top as my ultimate hand soap. I explained in my haul video that I have used the Aesop hand wash as well. I've used that for years now. I wasn't necessarily looking for one to beat it. I honestly really like this bottle and I wanted to try something new, so I just gave it a shot. And this has been a total lifesaver. Because of how much I've been washing my hands, even the Aesop soap was drying them out a little bit. I could see on the tops of my hands that my skin was starting to flake because it was getting really dry. I started using this soap, and I kid you not, those went away. Literally went away. And I also, this winter, had actually started having a little bit of eczema on my hand, which has been very unfortunate. And the eczema had flared up, and it had been pretty bad ever since I've been washing my hands a lot because of how drying it is to wash your hands that much. But also after I switched to this soap, again, it's almost like I couldn't believe it, but my eczema has really calmed down on my hands. It went from being like very red and angry and somewhat even scabby to now it's still a little bit of a darker color. It's not quite like it's never been there before, but it is definitely smoother and it's not as scabby as it was before. And so I'm not saying this is gonna cure your eczema, but I think it definitely doesn't make it worse. But I can't say enough good stuff about this soap. I loved it so much that I immediately bought one to give to my mom. The one thing I will comment is it is a liquid soap, which to me, I still expected a liquid soap to be like gel-like, but no, it is actually liquid. It is like a water that comes out of this pump. So the first time I used it, I was a little startled. I wasn't expecting that, but you don't need a lot to lather up either. So I got used to it really quickly, and now it's like that's the only kind of soap you would ever use, right? I purchased this from Nordstrom. I know they sold out. I was also very, very excited to find it on Amazon. They sell this on Amazon, this size on Amazon. They sell a larger size on Amazon, and they also sell refill bottles on Amazon. So you can also get it for like the subscribe and save, where you get it on a monthly cadence. So I will leave links for all of that down below as well. I cannot recommend this soap enough. So the last quarantine favorites is also home related, and those are actually home scents. Because I am spending so much time at home, I changed the mood with some of the scents. One of the items here are incense, These are incense from Maison 10. They have a proprietary blend, if you will, that's specific to their store, and it smells absolutely phenomenal. This is actually one of their like prototype versions, which is why it's like a brown color. Usually it's solid black, and it just smells divine. It has like some of that amber and cedar wood, and just it's a beautiful homey scent. And because it is an incense and not a candle, it's very subtle. It's still very, very potent and powerful, but sometimes candles can be a little overpowering in its set throw. But because it's in an incense form, it burns slightly. It will smoke a little bit, and just seeing the smoke also helps instill this like zen, if you will. So I've been really loving these incense. These are limited edition, but I know they have a new batch coming, so I will leave their link down below. If you are interested, you should definitely sign up for their emails so that you know when the next batch drops. I have already pre-ordered like a handful of boxes. That's how much I love this scent. So if you're interested, I would definitely get on their mailing list so that you don't miss out on getting these when they drop. But in addition to incense, I've also been loving a lot of my diptyque candles. This is the most recent one to my diptyque family, and it is the Paris en Fleurs, which came out for their Valentine's Day. Diptyque will every year run a limited edition rose scent. They will vary the rose scent year by year, of course, a little bit, and but it's intended to be for like Valentine's Day. It's usually like a pink color with a heavy rose scent running through it. A few years ago, like I've had the Rosa Mundi candle, that's now probably 6 years old. I finished the candle, but the scent is probably like 6 years old. That one, it was a sweeter rose scent, and then the ones that came out after that for me were a little too sweet. They made the rose very candy-like, and the votives very kitsch, and it wasn't really for me. That's not really the diptyque vibe that I go for. So I had passed on a lot of those scents in the past, but this year I honestly really was a sucker for the votive. I loved this colored glass. So pretty. But also, I really liked the scent this year. And you'll see, I actually haven't even burned it. But what I do, because my apartment is really small, sometimes if I burn a candle and I sit in the same space, it will be overpowering for me. So what I like to do is just set it out close to me. So let's say I'm working here, I'll put it on the table here. So that as the air circulates around me, I will get little whiffs of this scent, and it helps brighten up the space. It still has a wonderful scent throw, and it will still make the room smell without having to fully burn the candle. I will, of course, eventually start burning it, but I usually like to do that when it's a little bit cooler outside because it adds some heat to the space as well. But it's not necessarily just this specific diptyque candle. I have been enjoying all of my diptyque candles. I have one that's called New York. That one smells more, it's like a speakeasy cigar bar kind of smell, if you will. So it is a little bit heavier, but sometimes I like that for the evenings. I have my Bay candle. That is like the top selling like signature scent from Diptyque. Which is also a very sweet but pleasant scent. I think it's a beautiful house scent. So if you're interested in getting some candles to really switch up the ambiance in your home, I highly recommend checking out Diptyque candles. All right, so those were all of my quarantine favorites. I don't typically do favorites videos, but if you like seeing what I've been liking in the past couple of months or so, and you'd like this to be a more regular series, if you will, then let me know in the comments down below, and I'd be happy to do this on an ongoing basis. But if you have any questions on any of these items, or really anything at all, feel free to leave them down below or head on over to Instagram, and I'd be happy to help however I can. If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. I really appreciate all of your feedback and support. Your thumbs up really helps the YouTube algorithm and helps my channel grow. I really appreciate every single one of you who has joined this community. I have over 1.3 thousand subscribers, which is really mind-blowing. So I am planning on doing a giveaway once I hit the 1,500 subscriber milestone. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. I post new videos every Sunday. Please join this community and stay tuned for more videos on fashion and styling and things like that. So until next time,